Hi guys, this is my first movie club review. Been meaning to do one for a while. I'm just perpetually lazy, and I don't really have any other excuses. I'm just perpetually lazy. That's basically as far as it goes. But anyway, this week we watched Cabin in the Woods, which is a comedy, horror, conspiracy mess of a film. And just a quick over. I really liked this film. I finished watching it a good 15, 20 minutes ago, and I already want to watch it again. It's captivating, and it makes you think that it's gonna be just an average, your run-of-the-mill jump scares, gore, horror film. You watch at the friend's house with a hot girl, and so you can make out with her. But as it progresses, you get more levels into it, really. It goes on. It's scary. Pretty scary. I mean, I was scared at certain parts. I mean, yeah. In a way, that isn't really the center ground of the film, necessarily, which is good in this case. Something I really liked about this film is that there are never really any lulls where I wanted to go off and go to the bathroom. I mean, I never really wanted to put it down and go do something else, which is really rare for me, actually. I have the attention span of a 7-year-old boy. It was just constantly intriguing. I always wanted to know what was going to happen, but I was always in the moment with what was happening because it's all just very memorable, and things from the beginning come back to the end to kind of put things together and make you think, oh, okay, that really makes sense, and it's not something that's expected at the end. The tail end, I actually really enjoyed. I'm not normally one for endings of that sort. Spoiler here, the whole world dies. They played it off very nicely. The whole movie had depth, and I thought that was really nice, especially in a comedy horror film, which I have not really seen that many comedy horror films, which leave me remembering it and wanting more and just thinking about it, really. Speaking of it being a comedy horror film, the humor was very cleverly placed. It wasn't like, oh, I just got stabbed in the back, ha ha ha, penis joke. I don't know. It wasn't something that just popped up and it was like, oh, it's a great place for a joke. No, it was kind of pretty dry humor parts, kind of dark, as the humor continues out to the very end when the ending bad thing happens, essentially, and it continues out through then. I felt very connected to some of the characters. I mean, you could definitely tell the stereotypes of the characters, which was great for this film. It really was, and it really brought out the meaning of the film, and at the end, when everything was put together, that was really like, oh yeah, that's what happened. But I really ended up feeling for Marty, which he's kind of the stoner, just good-hearted, you know, just kind of nice friend that you just want to be around, and he, from the beginning, just kind of knows something's off. He kind of just knows everything that's going on, and continually throughout the film, I just found myself not wanting anything bad to happen to him, which is really great with the short amount of time that they had for characterization in the film, which was about 95 minutes, maybe, which is really good to make me not at all want anything bad to happen to a certain character, especially when within the first hour of the film, half the cast was already dead. Spoiler, sorry. The reactions that the people had to different situations happening was actually really realistic, especially towards the end with Marty's reaction when, this is a spoiler here too, when he gets told that either he dies or the whole world dies. His reaction is totally understandable. I mean, it sounds like really like, oh yes, I'd rather let the whole world die and me die with them. Oh, that's a really jerk thing to do. But really, that's how most of us would react. The casting was actually really great. They got him perfect for characters. They had Fran Kranz, or however, I don't know how to pronounce that name, but I thought he did phenomenal. He just fit well for that character, I think. It was one of the things that made him connectable and reachable, and you just wanted him to make it out. Jesse Williams, I just find him charming. That's just a thing, and he did great being charming in this film. Kristen Connolly, I don't know how to pronounce anything, but she was really good at being the innocent virgin type character. I mean, just really good, very believable. You could tell that's what hers was going to be. Chris Hemsworth, obviously, is very good for the, you know, just kind of the jock, the hero, that kind of character. He'd be good in that in any situation. They just did a really good job with picking that, and it was very distinguishable. You could definitely tell who was what and what their job was in the film, which was really convenient. There were certain parts that were definitely kind of cheesy, but it really, I mean, it made the film charming. At the beginning, there's certainly some serious secondhand embarrassment throughout the first 30 minutes of the film before things actually start going down, which is actually, it hurts me, but I guess that was part of the point, so I'm not going to say anything against it. It was a bit gory for my taste at times, but I guess, I mean, that really kind of, it was kind of necessary in this film, I guess you could say. But, I mean, overall, I just really, really enjoyed this film. I thought it was actually pretty amazing. And I definitely recommend that if you have not seen it, you go out and you see it again. And you see it until you fall asleep and you can't see it any more times. If you haven't seen it, definitely try to see it knowing as little as you possibly can. It really furthers your experience. So, thank you for watching. Have a nice day.